Oh my goodness. So many tech issues this morning. Sorry, we are late by like 4 whole minutes. Yes, that is a terrible thing. Woo, warning. Probably being sarcastic is my t-shirt for the day. Still don't like this setup with the lights. Hi there. My name is Andrea, and I'm joining you live from Fredericton, New Brunswick at the Quilting Shed. Fredericton, only shop. The Fredericton city limits. There's another shop. Hi, Sherry. Outside the outskirts. Gotta be particular. People take me seriously for some reason. I have no idea why. Alrighty, so I haven't seen you since early in December, and we had quickly just drop a lot of things because my husband was sick. If you missed it, he's been sick, but it escalated. Long story short, very, very short. Turns out he had, or still has some. He had a tumor in his abdomen. He needed emergency surgery. Lots of health issues. He's getting back to normal, which is weird because he hasn't been normal in a lot of ways digestively for years. So yeah, and you'll probably see more of him in the coming months here in the shop, in the background, maybe on video and in the classroom. We'll see. We're just taking it one glorious day at a time because we have them now. So apologies if I dropped the ball between now and last December. I had a lot going on in the background. So there we go. And if you did see updates in the newsletter and on our Facebook page and elsewhere, maybe on the, did I write it in the blog? I meant to write it in the blog. Thank you for your support. It's what kept us going through. Anyway, now we're back to videos. It's February. We took January to just kind of get back on track, get our legs back from under us. And I say us because we are a fully family-owned, Canadian-run business. It's all about Canadian businesses now. And I'm going to say that nasty T word, tariffs. I reshared a video from my friend at Chloe's Quilting Cafe. Danielle is her name. If you scroll down in our Facebook feed, you can see that post from Danielle. Every single word she says, I agree with. She and I had discussed all the tariff stuff and our opinion. I say our because it's kind of collective on how that affects Canadian quilt shops. Remember, if the American government's placed tariffs on Canada, that means Canadian goods going into the US get taxed and make it more expensive for Americans. If that doesn't make sense to you, it's fine. It's not supposed to. But for now, everybody's like, don't pay attention to the orange man down south. Let's just focus on our own country and supporting Canadian businesses. I'm just going to leave it at that. Yay. Especially local businesses, like family-run places like ours. And I have had some new people stop in, so shout out to you for taking the initiative to find out what's local instead of going to your usual haunts, either online or the border or driving over yourself. Really, really super appreciate it because since my husband had the health issues, he went and retired early. I know. I look really young. He's old enough to retire early. We're not that far apart in age. Make of that what you will, without me naming things. But we do have grandkids. Apologies if it does get a little choppy in here too. So, I got up early and I'm still running late. This is life with ADHD. Here we go. So, all right, 5 minutes into the program, and I'm finally going to talk to you about fabric. I've gone on longer before. That's Snowy the manager. If you're new here, sarcastic comments from either one of us are free of charge at all times. We have classes finally back on the schedule. It is a light schedule of classes. I'm just easing back into it because honestly, it's just us. I have talked to other people about teaching classes here in the shop because I can't run the shop and teach class at the same time. That's just kind of how physics works. Logistics, if we get to things like quantum mechanics and I can get to 2 places at once, then we'll talk. So the new things that we have been doing, the long promised FAF Club is here. If you own a FAF machine, we meet on the first Saturday of the month at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because on Saturdays, the shop closes at 2 o'clock. And then if I have a class to schedule, we do it at 2 o'clock. So if you buy a machine from me, you get to go to the FAF Club for free. You bought a FAF from someone else, or you just have an older one and you would like a refresher, you pay $10 to hang out with us, and we'll just go through all the features. It's kind of loosey-goosey. Some of it, I do have like a class outline that FAF has provided for me and our use. But it all depends on you and what you want to learn about your FAF sewing machine. It doesn't matter if you have a super expensive one or one of the less expensive entry-level ones. We will cover it, and you can come as many times as you wish. If you only want to come once or twice, and then that's fine. If you want to just hang out every single time, I'm looking at you, Sheila. We love you, Sheila. We couldn't do it without Sheila. Sheila was one of our very awesome helpers. She did help us during our time of need through December and things. So yeah, that's the FAF Club. March 15th and 16th is our next sneaker class. And I'm telling you loads ahead of time, because if the soles have to be ordered in for you with your size, I need at least 3 weeks lead time. So if you are interested in doing the sneaker class, hello. The sneaker class is $140 plus tax. You get the sole, you get everything you need. I will send you an email with what fabric requirements are needed. Not a lot. For this high top, I used half a meter of the outside scraps for the tongues. And that's only because I wanted to fussy place my pink dinosaur here. If you wanted, this is a high top sneaker. If you want to do a low top regular sneaker, you only need a 1/4 meter, and if it's all over, and you quilt your fabric at a time, bring it to class. I do this over 2 days, and we are doing it on March 15th. We start at 2 o'clock and we go to like 4:35. We're just going to take our time. And then Sunday morning, we will meet at 10 o'clock and we will work until we finished our sneaker with lots of snack breaks, because we need them. We need the strength to go on. Will I finish the second sneaker? Probably in February's class, which is this weekend. So we'll see. And apparently I have to make a pair for Ron. I know, but I'll do it for him because I love him. Oh, okay, what else have we got? I got notes anyway. So that's the sneaker class. The other class that I have on the schedule on March 22nd for $25 whole. Again, that's a Saturday. It starts at 2, and the latest we go is 5, because I got to go home. I'll be tired. Straight line machine quilting. This is how to quilt straight lines on your machine using your walking foot. If you have a FAF that has a built-in walking foot, this is the easiest way to get your quilts finished. This is good for lap quilts, smaller wall hangings, but it's all the tips that you need to get your quilts finished. Simple things like table runners, placemats, just to ensure that you can get a nice, even quilted thing that you're working on. Clearly, I didn't have enough tea. Yeah, so if you go to my website, thequiltingshed.com, I'll make sure we put that in the comments or description somewhere for later. And at the top menu, it says classes. Click on that. It'll show you any classes that are currently open and available. There's going to be more coming. I had a free motion class on here too, but that filled up and like whoa, I will run that again. If you're new here, pardon? It was 3 days and it was full. I have small classes, so they fill up very quickly. So, can't read my writing anymore, and I didn't bring a pen. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to change this setup for next week. I probably said that last time. Sorry. I hope you can leave a comment. It says 8 of you are watching, but who knows? Okay, so that one's done. Speaking of tariffs, people have been asking about how the stuff gets in here, into our shops, into your quilt shop, what's made in the USA, where's the fabric produced. If you watch the video I shared from Danielle, she goes into all that. The short version is most of it comes into Canada first. There's very few things in my shop that come into here from the States directly. And I've long been a proponent of Canadian goods, sourcing things from Canadian suppliers, not buying things from the US unless I absolutely have to, and promoting Canadian designers. I used to have way bigger selection of patterns from Canadian quilt pattern designers, Canadian products where possible. And like I said, ever since I started, there's a couple of big quilt shop notions distributors and suppliers and fabric suppliers that are in the US. Some shops in Canada use, and they bring stuff over the border on a regular basis. And I've hesitated to use them this whole time for various reasons, one of which is accounting. So long-winded version to say, I did just get a whole new rack of Glide thread, all new colors, and Glide thread is made in the USA. Now, over the weekend, there was some chatter about not buying American-made products from your local quilt shop. And the counterpoint is your local quilt shop owner has already spent the money to put those items in the shop. Worst case scenario, if something happens, if I get so far down the Glide thread that it needs to be replaced and things are still iffy or not looking good with Canada relations and the US, then I might actually switch to a Canadian thread company, which I have some in mind already. So I might discontinue the Glide in the future. Right now, it's fine. We are very well stocked. We talked about it before January to say we should, it's a good seller. People like it. They want more of it. And I did need to restock. So we put in like a very large order so that we would be well stocked up in Glide thread in case something happened, because we don't even know anymore. Oh, look at, hey, Alice from Nova Scotia. Hi, Alice. I love your granddaughter so much. And Jeannie K, oh my God, I missed you, Jeannie. And Diane for Woodstock. Hi, I love Diane. Diane's in the comments. Her son actually came in and picked out some fabric, and I love that for him. He was very, very good at it. And the feedback that I've been getting just in general is how open and welcoming our shop is. So yes, if you are not your typical quilter, come in here. We'll make you feel right at home. And that being said, yes, I have Glide thread that's made in the US. I have a lot of it. It's a decent price. And just consider when you are in a shop in Canada, if you're hesitating buying an American made good, right now it's only hurting the shop owner to not buy that thing. So like I said, if I get so far down and we sell a lot of the Glide out and I need to restock it and relations are still terrible and maybe the dollar, I will look at getting a similar type of thread from a Canadian source. Also, speaking of thread, I rearranged the shop. You can't see it from here. I will post some pictures later. I got in some other thread racks. Carly D's watching it work. Do I need to whisper? I got in some more thread racks and I rearranged a little bit. So the thread racks, all the thread that we have is all along the wall with all the mini quilts, which actually, now that I can get, made a nice background for this video. And that was originally my intention, to use the mini wall as the video background. So we have Gutermann thread for people who like the Gutermann thread in their sewing machine. We have the hand quilting Gutermann thread. We have Mettler cotton. I have a big ass rack of Mettler thread. If you were in my old shop, you will remember I had a Mettler thread rack that I got when I purchased the inventory from one of the shops that was local to me that had closed down. And a lot of that thread was old. I was just looking to clear it out. The rack itself wasn't a rack. It's more like a cabinet. It was extremely heavy. It was hard to move. The new rack that I got in I did not quite realize this when I ordered it. That's a long story. It's actually bigger. It's a lot easier to move because this one's mostly in one piece. We also have a big, tall standing unit of Aurifil thread. And like I said, we now have three racks of glide thread. One has the king spools, the very large 5,000 meters, and there's 2 racks of God knows what, like $500 so far of glide thread. There's a lot of them. And Snowy will have the eye-bleeding task of putting them on our system so that you can buy them online. Also with Aurifil thread, we have these 5,000 meter cones, which seem expensive at $69. Actually, they're not 5,000 meters. I always misremember this.
5,000 meters is the big glide.
Yeah, so the big glide is 5,000 meters. These Aurifil cones are 5,900 meters, so almost 6,000 meters. This should last you a whole year. It is a little more cost efficient than buying multiple large spools of Aurifil. This is what you want to piece everything with. You can quilt with this as well. It's nice and soft. It's very low lint. It's very fine. I like to quilt with the glide because I like to see my stitches. It's a personal preference. There's no wrong answer.
It's also great.
Yeah, Snowy's been hand sewing with the Aurifil 50 weight and says it's great for like the English paper piecing. The English piecing. And for the quilting. Yeah, you've been quilting with it. Nice.
I didn't put the wax on it.
You didn't put the wax on it? You just took it right off the spool?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it worked great.
See? Works good for hand quilting too, depending on your preference. Like I said, it's okay. Dun, 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 dun. Valentine's Day is coming, and I do have some Valentine's Day fabrics. It's called Sweet Love. If you are on the website and you need to like search with your little fingers, we have some lovely samples done up out of the Sweet Love fabric because there's a panel with like mug rugs, table toppers, a really nice circular. I'm going to show you that in a minute because that is Northcott fabric, Canadian company. The fabric comes right into Canada from overseas. I also have the Easter version of this panel that came in and all the Easter fabrics. I'm loving it because it has peeps all over it. Look at this. There we go. There we go. So you've got your nice round table topper. Easter. Look at this. Easter dinner. Very nice. You could do your walking foot quilting with this. You could do your walking foot quilting with this. So that is in stock, and I can't see the price tag from here. There will be a St. Patrick's one as well, but it's still in the box because it just got here. So there's that. The other new products that have come in, and y'all are going to scream because we waited for this for ages. The gel anchor. This is in. It's not the Clover one. It is the Gypsy Quilter one. It's purple. It still works the same. If you make a lot of jelly roll rugs, this is apparently a tool that will make that a lot easier because it'll hold your batting and your jelly roll strip together and help you fit it through your machine to sew it. There's a limited amount of these. They do not show on the website yet. It's first come, first serve. Hold it for you if you pay for it or come in and get it. They're 20 bucks. They're 20 bucks. I showed the price. What else we got? The Quick Desk Needle Threader. This was for specific needles too, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It's only for one type of needle. This one is for oval eye needles. This little desk. They are $30, a little expensive, but if you have some issues threading, it's for this kind of needle right here. That one right there. Yeah. So I got those in because I saw them are popular. And these needle minders, speaking of hand sewing, but these ones look like little tiny Singer machines. It says Bohin, not Singer. Aren't they cute? I know. No, we have some needle minders already that are in stock. We've restocked it. The other exciting thing that's happening is the local quilt shop contest that is put out by Annie, the handbag pattern designer and hardware supplier. So they are an American company, but I buy all their products from Canadian suppliers. And aside from maybe the patterns, the actual products, like I was looking at the mesh and the elastic and everything like that, those are all produced overseas. They aren't produced in the US. So like I said, we are so stocked up on Bag Harbor, it's kind of ridiculous. So vote for us for your local quilt shop. You go to lqscontest.com, dun, 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 like that. See, go there, pick me off the list and say, yep, fantastic shop. You have to fill out your name, your email address, what shop it is, and tell them why you like the shop. And, you know, it's kind of a popularity contest. The one with the most votes wins, which is totally fine, but it's just fun. It's just fun. And I found it fun to read all the comments that people left to say what they thought the shop was great, because that's the thing that keeps us going. That is the thing that keeps us going. So the other thing that By Annie did, they really love to support their local quilt shops too, is they're so helpful for us. They have sent, I have a By Annie color card. I have samples of the mesh here so you can overlay them over top of your fabric to see the color good. I got a nice catalog that shows all their patterns available and what's good for what. This is awesome. So yeah, vote for us for your local quilt shop if you're so inclined. You can cast a vote for every shop. There's only one vote per shop per email. There you go. There might be one vote per email. Maybe you can't vote for multiple shops. I don't know. I didn't test it. We have another new line of fabric. This is sort of a baby safari one. It's called Wild One from Northcott. And it is a super big panel, but it's gorgeously done. Look at that. All those animals. Ugh. How much was this panel? Was this a $20 panel? Yeah, this was a $20 panel. It's huge. Like for a baby quilt, you could just put binding on this and go. Like if you like baby panels just to sit and quilt and bind them, this would be perfect for that. Yeah, or if somebody's due soon, you need one in a hurry. The safari theme is actually quite popular. So this line also came with one of those panels with the growth chart and the woodland babes, the other baby line that we have, because the forest creatures were super popular. Woodland babes also came with a growth chart. If you buy one of those growth chart panels in either baby line, I will give you a free pattern to make this quilt. I found it in my files for another one that we had, and I'm like, I'm just gonna dig this out. I edited it lightly so it wasn't fabric line specific. So yeah, you get one of those growth chart panels, I will give you a free pattern. I'm just that nice. That nice today. Oh, sorry for the burping. So yeah, you can see the Wild One line on the website right now. The other new line we got was, can you see that right there? You see that right there? We go. City Harbor from Northcott. When I saw this, I thought, wow, that is very nice. It's very urban, so it's grimy and gritty, and to me, it looked like the city on the water, like some sort of harbor city in the morning. And if you don't know this, I grew up in St. John. I'm from St. John, and that is a foggy city. That is a foggy city on the harbor. There's a shipbuilding dock there. It's a blue collar town. And I got this. I could see maybe the designer might have been going for Vancouver or something like that, because it's a little more upscale urban. But I saw it and I thought, St. John. And, you know, it's got the grays and the blues. And I liked it when I saw it in the initial catalog and the digital renditions of the pictures, like on paper. I didn't see any actual fabric. When it was shipped to me and we opened the box, my God, this is gorgeous. The blues are very nice. Like, you have to see this in person. It is a really nice, like, if you were semi-interested in that, you have to see it. It's, the navies are very rich. It's like a deep, rich, even the grays are like cold looking at this. It's definitely, you can smell the fog, sea air with this. It's got like the little prints with little maps on it. It's got a little roundabout on the map.
If you're used to painting with ink, it's kind of like that.
Yeah, it's like inky washes on fabric. And the backing fabric, we got the wide back to match. It's a gorgeous watercolor ink sort of background fabric, and it's got a ombre with it too. So make sure you go to our website, thequiltingshed.com, and have a look at it because it's showing. When I ordered the Untamed fabric from Tulip Hank, that is one of the few stuff that actually comes into Canada from the US. And so far, Canada hasn't made any retaliatory tariffs for goods coming from America into Canada that will affect quilt shops so far. The initial round that they did that are on pause for 30 days, none of that lists anything that is specific to quilt shops. So I did get some extra fabric for the Untamed. There was a few bolts that I didn't order the first time around, and I was able to get them. So we have the Raindrops one in 2 colors. What is it? It's doing really well. It's Rainfall in Cosmic. There's also this in a cream background, and the feel of this fabric is amazing. And the other print that I got, also in 2 colors, gonna wonkify your screen here. This nice rainbow houndstooth. Look at that. What they call this? Sweet tooth, also in Cosmic. So this is one has like a more of a teal background, which is hard to tell what a background is. The one's a little lighter. So that's that. Also on my list, with the glide thread, because I ordered another rack, the way they ship all the threads are in these very sturdy cardboard boxes with dividers like this. See? So one box might have these boxes in it, and these are all full of thread. So you know me, I really love a good cardboard box. I really love a good cardboard box. This is a good cardboard box. If you need a cardboard box, especially for separating your ornaments, this is very good. I would rather not recycle these. You can come by. I have a limited amount of these. If you need a really good cardboard box with dividers, come get one. For some reason, the city hasn't picked up my recycling, and I'm just got out like piles and piles of cardboard boxes. But these ones are really good. So if you're still putting away your Christmas ornaments, that would totally not be me that needs to take garland down. A box like this will help you sort your ornaments or what other tchotchkes you got kicking around. I've probably got a half a dozen of these that I could give away. And the last thing I want to do about, dun, 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 there's 2 things. I'm missing one of them. I think my helper put it away. It's okay. I'll tell you next time. I actually have linen fabric in stock. There it is. It's away. So we got in a 60-inch wide linen cotton blend fabric. It is a nice plain linen color. Somebody bought some yesterday for some bread bags. You could make like a little bag of linen fabric, and you put your loaf of bread in it. Now it's not plastic. Keeps your bread nice and fresh and washable. So we do have that linen. It is 28 a meter, I'm pretty sure, but it's linen and cotton. It would make a gorgeous apron. Make a delicious quilt back. I have used linen in quilts, and it is absolutely indulgent and amazing. And the last thing I'm going to show you, I'm just taking it out of the bag now. We have the Stonehenge line Celtic roots, and we had the panel, and the panel sold out really, really quickly because there were only 5 panels on the bolt. We got another bolt of panels, so now we have lots of the Celtic tree panel, which is huge. It's like 40 inches wide. Oh yeah, they sent us an 11-meter bolt. So we should have more than 5 on here. We might actually have as many as 10. So it'll show up on the website real soon because we have to change the number of how many we have in stock. That's all I have left for you today. I'm sure I could talk more, but we got to put this place back in order. Oh boy. Anyway, missed your faces. We're back on schedule for most things. If you're waiting for something else to get up and running, I'm gonna get to it. We're chipping away in the background now that life emergencies have calmed down, and we're getting back into routines and hopefully improving some of our behind the scenes processes. A couple of orders we flubbed up people. Apologies if that was you. So sorry. Oops. But we're getting better. We're getting better at them every day. And like I said, a full night's sleep and knowing your family's health is in good hands and everybody's healthy and happy reasonably, that goes a long way when you're trying to run a business. Huh, weird. Anyway, I will catch you later. I will see you online, or I will see you here at the store. And you have a week and stay warm and stay healthy. If you have any questions, drop me a line. I'll see you later.